I gotta admit, I went into this a little biased. I expected to hate on this guy, seeing he's eating raw meat and all this stuff, and tan with the beard and so on. If he was actually like this in ancient times, probably die of starvation in the winter. He doesn't have enough body fat to survive a famine. Coach Greg, and I've been asked to do a video on Liver King, the most requested video that I've been getting for the last several weeks. So people want to know, what do I think? Is he natural, not natural? What do I think of his training, his eating, everything? I got to admit, I went into this a little biased. I expected to hate on this guy, seeing he's eating raw meat and all this stuff, and tan with the beard and so on. But after watching a number of videos, I like the dude. I do. I'm going to go over the viral video he's made on Facebook, explain what is he doing, does it make sense, his training and so on, and go into his YouTube videos and describe to you what he's all about. And it says, living the ultimate ancestral lifestyle, and aside from eating raw meat and having a beard, there's nothing ancestral about this guy. He's training with high-tech equipment, training properly, progressive overload. I'm going to spoil it right now. I don't think he's natural. Don't believe that. And for all the haters, I want to be clear. I believe that there's more than a 50% chance that he's on PEDs. So if I was forced to choose, I'm saying not natural. Does not mean that it's 100% for sure that he's taking something. I just think he is. It's my opinion alone. You can think what you want. So everyone living in this country doesn't have to shit on me because I don't think he's natural. From the shaved and tan physique, this guy does not look natural. I mean, in the ancestral days, were they actually shaving or waxing? I don't think so. And then they walk around with close to 5% body fat with abs like this? Of course not. If he was actually like this in ancient times, probably die of starvation in the winter. He doesn't have enough body fat to survive a famine. And his name is Brian Johnson, walking through the rain, carrying heavy kettlebells, dragging a sled, wearing heavy backpacks. And look at this guy's physique. He looks like a friggin' bodybuilder about to step out on stage. Year-round shredded physique, so clearly he's doing something right. And in particular, notice his abdominals. And you might be thinking, well, why isn't this guy a bodybuilder? Have you seen the legs? Have you seen the legs? In bodybuilding, it's all about symmetry, proportions, and shape. He doesn't have the legs to be a competitive bodybuilder. He has the conditioning and the muscle mass, just doesn't have the legs. And he eats like they would in ancient times. He's eating some raw meat, but he's also eating fruits, vegetables, and lots of protein. Sounds pretty friggin' healthy to me. And just look at him standing in the kitchen. Look at the abs on this guy, the definition. This guy looks phenomenal. And why are we hating on this guy? He's training harder than last time, working hard in the gym and in the kitchen, and looks amazing. So what's the problem? The fact he eats raw liver? Yeah, gets some clicks, gets some views, but who cares? And look at the athletic ability on this guy. He's literally climbing up a rope, arm over arm, hand over hand, with no legs. That takes tremendous ability. And I've seen his other videos. He reminds me of a world-class CrossFitter. He's got both the strength and the cardiovascular abilities. This guy has worked out for decades. So why not get motivated by this guy rather than shitting on him for potentially using PEDs? So he developed a challenge known as the Barbarian. It looks very, very difficult. Takes over an hour to do for even people who are in shape. Very challenging. I love this. I love a good challenge. Who doesn't? Well, people who aren't athletes. But if you're an athlete, have you ever done a marathon, triathlon, Ironman, raced, bikes? Do you not enjoy pushing yourself, testing yourself to see how good you can do, how well you can perform, testing your physical and mental limits? Well, if you do, why would you not like this guy? He's finding a challenge and making it fun for him, and not only him, for people that work out with him. And you can see sometimes he does 24-hour fasts. I'm not a fan of that, but hey, it works for him. If he wants to fast, he wants to fast. If you are trying to lose weight, what's important is you're in a calorie deficit. So if you're training hard, doing lots of cardio, and eating fewer calories, you're gonna lose weight. So I get it. People probably hating on him because he's eating raw testicles, raw liver, gross things that are gross to me, but hey, maybe he likes this stuff. I like the foods in my cookbook. He likes raw meat. To each his own. Does it really matter?
It doesn't matter!
So let's look past what he looks like and what he does and listen to what he says. You know, the message rather than the medium. What is actually more important? I say the message. Let's hear his message.
When you realize that people are suffering and struggling and that there's a simple, elegant solution, a return to ancestral living, that's really what my purpose is now.
So he wants to incorporate how we used to live back in the day now. Back then, were there cell phones around? Were people sitting their asses on the couch all day, becoming morbidly obese, eating a bunch of shit foods day after day? I don't think so. And yeah, I get it. He's still training with some fancy equipment that's more modern and not just living like they did in the old days, but he's having a balance, a blend of the two. So he wants to honor our ancestors and test himself in a physical challenge. One that's hard physically and mentally. Walk a mile, carrying dumbbells, dragging a sled with 20-pound ankle weights, and a backpack weighing 70 pounds. That is a hard challenge. Not many people could do that. And it's not just him doing it, it's his friends as well. And they're there to motivate each other, to challenge themselves, to see if they can be successful. After all, if you can accomplish this, if you can put your mind to it, and you have a goal, and you are successful, how can that not help you in everyday life? You're probably stuck at work, in traffic, bored, sitting around, being stressed by your boss. Why not take a break, de-stress, and try and challenge yourself to something physical like this? So I love watching this. This was highly motivating for me. After I watched this, I got on my bike and raced. I never won. I got 9th place out of 94 riders, but I took that challenge and I went harder than last time, hard as I could go. The point is to take on challenges and see what you can do. Don't let life pass you by. This is what you need. Hobbies, passions, something to look forward to, something to challenge you. Not saying you should take PDs or that you have to do this exact challenge, but why not challenge yourself with something? Something physical, mental, social, spiritual. Find something you love to do in this world, get motivated, and get out there and do it.
Barbarian can take anywhere from a couple of hours to 6 or 8 hours. Anyone can do it. Anyone can will themselves through it.
No, not everyone can do it. Not everyone can pick up 70-pound kettlebells and do this. But that's the point. It's the challenge. Everyone can strive to do it. Not everyone can do it. And you don't have to do this exact thing. But strive to be the best version of yourself and be all that you can be.
And when you get through it, you realize not only is this the hardest thing you've ever done, but anything is possible.
And if you set your mind on something and you do it and accomplish it, these trivial things at work and in daily life, they don't matter.
It doesn't matter!
And this is part of the joy we get from going to the gym and lifting weights. You get a pump, you feel good, lift some weights, de-stress. How can that not make you feel better the rest of the day? And just look at this guy's physique. He's setting up the Barbarian for one of his friends. He looks impressive. He looks phenomenal. And you see the group clapping, cheering him on, and congratulating him for completing the challenge. How is this bad? How could this possibly be bad?
We generally head out on the lake, on the boat, on the jet skis, and we're just laughing and talking and bonding and connecting. There are no phones in sight.
Geez, this sounds amazing. Why are people mad at this guy?
It's going to be 10 rounds of 10 deadlifts, 10 strict handstand push-ups, and 10 chest to bars, all unbroken.
And when I look at this guy, I just see an elite level CrossFitter. Check this guy out. Look what he can do. Check out what he does. Banging out deadlifts like they were nothing, doing upside down push-ups and kipping on a chin-up bar. Does that not look like a CrossFit competition to you? And is he in fact natural? I highly doubt it, but I don't care. Why do you care? Why does everyone want a natty or not on this guy? Just look at him and think, probably not natural. If you had to bet, what side would you pick? And imagine this. Let's say I made the video and I said, this guy for sure natural. Would you believe me? Would you care? Why would it matter? Why would my opinion matter? Or if I said, oh, I can tell he's on PDs for sure. Why would that matter? How does what he does affect what you do? I don't see how it does. He motivates me just the same. It's his words, it's his message, not the medium of his message. He's in shape, he's working out, loving life, being positive to his friends, encouraging them to work out. Liver King, good on you. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IB Pro. Please watch the Bloops. Don't forget, Harder Than Last Time supplements. Also, cookbooks. There's no raw meat in it. Training books. Also have a meatless cookbook. We can all be friends. We don't have to eat meat. But you can if you want. It's up to you. We're not going to debate that. And subscribe. Click the bell button. Comment for the algorithm. And until next time, I'm out.